Hi everyone. My name is Suraj Racha, and I'm a PhD student in IIT Bombay. I work uh, in a department called as Koita Center for Digital Health. It is basically my work involves using machine learning AI, specifically the large language models, in a healthcare setup. And I'm also a AI research assistant at BharatGen. So those who do not know,
Suraj
BharatGen is
Prabhu,
basically
can you put into the presentation mode?
yeah. I have to share my whole screen. Just a second.
Yeah, full screen.
So So again, my name is Suraj Racha. I'm a PhD student at IIT Bombay. In my PhD, it's in a department called as Koita Center for Digital Health. So it's completely based on machine learning, large language models, and we are applying in a healthcare setup. And I'm also an AI research assistant at BharatGen, AI researcher. So BharatGen is basically India's first generative AI ecosystem. We have actually built LLM models for India. So it is like one of the first models which has come out of from our country, and like we take pride in saying that we are the pioneers for it. So I will be the mentor for machine learning, and similarly Kundeshwar Kundalik. He is also an MTech graduate from IIT Bombay, and he's senior AI engineer at Bharatan. We are working together, and we'll be happy to take this machine learning course ahead as module 2. So just an overview for our current today's setup. We'll have an introduction of machine learning, why we need it, and then we'll see what we'll be covering throughout the module. And also we'll go through the installation, which serves as the first basic step. And we'll also just look into brief of some how the machine learning environment looks like. So see, what does machine learning essentially mean? So I'm assuming that the crowd may be mixed. So some of us may be knowing machine learning in detail. Some of us may not be knowing. So we'll start from the basics. So machine learning is basically so here machine is basically the computers. So computers are technically machines. So machine learning is basically we are providing the ability for machines to learn. Just like we as humans, we learn from our childhood, we learn languages, we learn to perform tasks. Similarly, you can also train machines so that they are able to perform tasks. Now, how is training different from programming? So, uh, we may be aware of little bit of coding. So we can write a for loop or a if loop, if else condition. So if else condition is not really learning. It is just like some robot is acting based on certain conditions. Like if it is raining, then do not go outside. If it is not raining, then go outside. So this is not learning. This is following rules. But learning means actually giving the ability to predict. So some of the tasks, it can be like translation, question answering. We all use ChatGPT, question answering, labeling images, something very, very important in the healthcare domain. Then facial feature extraction, like we are having CCTV cameras, our phones use so much of it. And of course, CFD is one great part of it, uh, of the applications of machine learning. Now, how does the learning basically happen? Learning happens through something called as training data. So we are aware about this particular training, like we go to a gym or exercise, yoga. So this training for the body. Similarly, there is the machines itself can be trained. That is possible. Now, how is that possible? That is possible using training data. So in a nutshell, training data is something from where the information is coming. I'll just give one example. If we want to learn CFD, now in the beginning we do not know CFD. We are all beginners. But then we read some books, we attended classes, we spoke to professors, we saw some YouTube videos, and then after a point, after a few months, we got hold of CFD. So this attending of classes, reading of books, searching through the internet, these are the training data. These training data went into us if we are the model. This training data went into us, and the output is we are able to understand CFD better. Similarly, in machine learning, of course, in machine learning, it is much more mathematical, and we'll look at that. The training data is always in pairs. In pairs means there is some input and there is some output. And the machine learning happens through examples. So this is also very common, right? Because we as humans, we learn through examples. For example, we are learning, okay, this particular fruit is a mango fruit. It is an apple fruit. So how do we know? We know because we have seen a lot of examples. Of course, we know that mango is yellow or apple is red. But then seeing a lot of examples helps. Similarly, machine learning happens through examples. The main learning happens through examples. And while we are inferencing, like while actually using the model, we do not see the trained data. While using the model, the data that is seen is completely new. Now, in this module, we will be covering a lot of things. So first of all, setting up a Python, NumPy, the whole Python environment. Then in detail, we'll be looking into the basics of machine learning, the mathematics of it, especially regression and classification, then data pre-processing, overfitting, how do we actually train the models, and overfitting, train test curves. Now, there are a bunch of hands-on coding also, for example, visualization, because uh, the CFD itself will be using for maybe for a research or at our workplace presentation. Then presentation becomes a big key, even though you are having all the theoretical knowledge. But if you are not able to present well through graphs, you do not know what graphs exist or how to actually code them up. What are the techniques in graphs also? Then we may have a backdrop. But if we are able to present well, then it's very useful for our careers. So a complete hands-on on visualization of various plots. Then we'll have a linear regression on synthetic fluid data property. This is also a hands-on project. Then the next step is we'll go into more detailed algorithms such as decision tree and RF basics. These are more detailed algorithms. And RF is random forest. Then we'll also see an hands-on training for random forest for viscosity prediction, and then model evaluation and metrics. Because see, if you build a model, but then you do not know how to exactly report it. If I say that the viscosity of a fluid, uh, or very simple, uh, there is a container, then if someone is well aware about the domain, then they will say, okay, so in 5 liters container. But if I say, okay, there's a container and it is 10 kg, then I mean the metrics are mismatched. We do not know where to apply the right metrics. So how to evaluate the model and how to apply the metrics, then cross validation and hyperparameter tuning. And neural networks and transformers we have added will not go into much detail, but we all should know because neural networks and transformers are like they become the heart and soul of advanced machine learning. So why is this added? Because if you get some idea about neural networks, transformers, LLMs, then in the future it is possible that you will be able to self-learn many more algorithms based on this. Now, coming to installation, we'll quickly set up the installation. We'll go through this. Uh, the installation guide is already shared with you. So, what are the installations? First of all, VS Code we'll be using for at, at least for the machine learning module, we'll be using VS Code. Now, VS Code is where we code the things. Then Python is the coding language we are using, and then environment setting up, installing different packages in Python, and how to make scripts and run. Now, this is already shared with you, but we'll also look here. Yes. So number one is we are installing VS Code. So we go to the official VS Code website, and you can install for your yeah. So you can install for your own operating system. For example, in this particular PC, in this particular laptop, I'm using Windows, and in my work desktop, I use Linux. So if it is for Windows, then you can use Windows, or if it is for any other platform, you just click a other platform and you can install for Linux. Linux you can install .dv tab, and for Mac also similarly. So install the VS Code, and after installing, you will get a get the running execution function. When you run that execution function, I've already run it. So it's very simple. Like you just run those execution function, just like we install any other application. Then you can search VS Code, or you can also create a shortcut icon for it. So this is how the platform looks like. So now I've just opened one of my workspace here. This is how the whole platform will look like. This here. Now the second step is we want to install Python. See, Visual Code is just the platform on which we are running, but the actual coding language is Python. So we want to install Python. So from here, this python.org is the official website for installing Python. I would recommend install the latest version, which is 3.13.5. Why? Because you can obviously install any previous version, because but in machine learning the world is very fast moving, so they keep on updating, and if you install some previous version, then it's possible that some of the packages may not be supported. So just click here, Python. So just click on your OS. So I'm using, for example, if I want to install for Windows, I'll click here for Windows. Similarly for Linux and Mac, you can click here, and that will install your Python. That will at least download it, and then you similarly click on the execution function and do the next command. Now you want to verify whether the Python is installed or not. This can be done through multiple ways. Uh, this can be done through the terminal or the VS Code also. I'll show you through the terminal. So if you are using Windows, then just type in CMD command prompt, or if you're using Linux, then Linux or Mac, type in terminal. So this will open a terminal. Now you want to see whether Python is installed. So what I'll do, Python -- version, and this is showing me Python 3.11.6 is installed. So this is slightly earlier version because uh, I I already had Python previously in my laptop. And similarly, see, if this command doesn't work, so in some of the devices, this will work mostly, but in some of the devices, Python is installed as Python 3, especially if the Linux is there. Python 3. This 3 is nothing but here you see 3.11.6. This 3 is the 3 version. So if Python is not working, then just type Python 3. Python 3 version. For example, in my case, this will not work because in my device, it is recognized as Python. So in most of the devices, this should work, Python version. But just in case we have given in the installation also, this doesn't work, then type in Python 3. Now we want to install pip. So pip is again, you can say, a platform from where all the packages can be installed. For example, you want to install NumPy or Matplotlib or Pandas, etc. So pip is a world where, like, a platform where all the packages are there. So if you want to verify, so most of the time pip may come with the Python itself. So before installing, just verify this. How will you verify? Just type, similarly to Python, just type in pip version. So in my case, you can see pip is installed, pip 23.2.1. But if you see that pip is not installed, it's very easy. You just uh, go to pip's website here, as I mentioned here. Just go to pip's website, and if you are using Linux, just type in this particular command in uh, the terminal. Similarly, if you are using Mac OS, type in this command, and if you are using Windows, type in this particular command. So this will like install pip. sorry, I'm wrong. So this is for upgrading the pip, but for installing the pip, you want get pip.py. So this one, I'm again saying in most of the cases, pip will come with your Python installation, but just in case if it has not come, what do you do? This is the official pip website. I've opened through the installation guide provided to you. You go here, get pip.py, and if you're using Linux, you type in this command. Similarly, if you're using Mac, you type in this particular command, and if you're using Windows, you type in this particular command. In the terminal, as I've shown, in the terminal here, this will install pip. Now, second is see, Python has been installed somewhere. VS Code has been installed somewhere. This is a very important step because many face problems here. But you want Python and VS Code to merge together. Like you want that both of them are used together. So what you do, you want to install the same Python in your VS Code also. So what you do, here there is extension here on the left side. Either you press Control Shift X, or you can directly see for extension tab here. And here, basically, all the extensions you can install from this particular place. So you just type Python, and install this particular one, Python extension. This Python. So I have already installed, but if you're not installed, you will be seeing an install option here. Just like I'm just opening something else. Here you see the install option. Similarly, for Python, you will be getting an install option here to install this. So now what has happened? VS Code has got the Python package in it, like the Python environment in it. Now the second step, what you want to do is the Python has installed somewhere in your device at some particular path, and VS Code is in some other folder, some other path. Now VS Code has understood, okay, it needs Python, the environment is set, but you have to link the Python path to the VS Code's Python. For that, what we'll do, just press Control Shift P. If you're using, of course, Mac, then you can press Command Shift P. So Control Shift P. This will open on the top. This will open some drop-down menu kind of thing. You can search. So there, you just type in Python, select interpreter. Select interpreter. The option will also come. Now here, I am having a lot of, because I had upgraded my Python, then I had used some other Python versions also previously. But here you will be getting your Python, which you had installed. You'll be getting your Python there. You can directly click on this. For example, I want to set this as the default, Python 3.11.6, the original one. I'll click on this. So the Python link has been set. Now our VS Code is ready to be used. Now what we do is, see, before starting any code, first of all, you can select your folder. How do you select folder in VS Code? Is you click here, file, you open a folder. For example, I want to create a very fresh new something. So I'll say, okay, here, then I'm creating a new folder. So I've opened this folder now. Now whatever code or whatever scripts I write, everything will be saved here only. I hope you followed how to open the folder in VS Code. Now, second is we want to set an environment because a lot of packages will be installed. So uh, the same Python, different people can also use. So we do not want that we delete someone else's environment or they delete our environment. So for that, Python packages. For that, what we do, we create an environment in which all the packages will be stored. I think Pratyesh has also spoken about this environment. So what we do, first of all, we open a terminal. So here you can open new terminal. So this is what the terminal looks like. And you see the terminal path is in the folder. So whatever you're coding will be there in the folder, the scripts which you make. Now we want to make a new environment. So what we do, Python, either Python 3 or Python dash m benv and the name of the environment. So Python dash m benv and the name of the environment. The name of the environment I can give anything. For example, to ML module or module is the name I give. So this creates a new environment with the name module. It will take some time to create. So now after creating, the next step is we want to verify whether the environment has been created and we also want to log in to that environment. So see, the code has run and it has created, but we do not know whether it has created or not. So what we do, if we want to activate it, there are two commands. For Windows, it will run differently. For Mac and Linux, it will run differently. You can follow the command here. So the name is module. A module slash script. See, I didn't type the full one also. I just pressed the tab because scripts command is already recognized. So I just press the tab command. Scripts tab activate and it will activate module. Here you can see module. So we have logged in into the environment. Now, of course, we want to again verify that uh, the pip is there working in the environment also. Yes. Now, whatever packages we install, it will be there in this environment. For example, I want to install a package called as NumPy. There's a package called as NumPy. So how do we install this? Pip install the name of the package. So the name of the package is NumPy. And I just press OK. So it is looking into the pip website and it will install. It will take some time. So if you want to see what all packages are there, you can just type in pip list here. Sure. So it has successfully now installed NumPy. Now, if I want to say what all packages are there, I'll just type in pip list. So it has NumPy. It only has NumPy and the default one. So see, I have been using this VS Code for a long time, and in my other working environment, I have a lot of packages. But here it is showing only NumPy because I have logged in into this particular environment called as module. So in this particular environment, we are having only NumPy, which I had installed now. And similarly, you can create scripts. For example, I want to create a script. What I will do in this module, just see this new particular tab, new folder, and you type in something like with Python. .py. Just remember that each of your script names should be py, .py, because py is the extension of the Python file. Now, what I do, very simple. We are saying print learn ML. This is a very small command, print learn ML. Now, how I'll run this command, how I'll run this script is in the terminal. I'll do Python, and the path of the script. So we'll look at this more detail. We'll keep on doing, but there are many methods. One method is I just right click this, I copy the path, and I paste it here. It is knowing that it has to run this particular script. And say it has printed learn ML. It's a very simple script. Okay. Now we can move to the next parts of it. This covers most of the installation. And very basically, will not go into details, but in a very basic thing, I want to tell you that uh, the fundamentals of machine learning, like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, classification, these become the foundations of understanding machine learning. Like supervised learning is something where data is present already. Unsupervised learning is something where the labels are not present. So you're just categorizing it. And then a simple example, like if you want to build a spam detector, whether the email that has come in is spam or not, then how do you make the data set? What is the output prediction? Then what is the input that goes in? How are you defining what is spam and what is not spam? All this will look. And some good references for machine learning are this particular book, Python Machine Learning by Sebastian. This is a very famous book. This is something you can use for your reference. And at the same time, the most handy thing for machine learning that will come in your hand is using Google, using ChatGPT, etc. also, because that's really handy. For that, of course, you can. Uh, Hugging Face is a very good platform to keep up with the pace, what is happening in the machine learning world, and blogs like Google Blogs. These are very good for keeping up with the pace, like what exactly is happening, any new technologies that has come up. And for any of your day-to-day challenges with machine learning, how to use some modules, etc., uh, like doing a simple Google search will also work. And if you want to learn deep theory, this particular book can be used as reference. Thank you so much.